Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Ride 4, and we are here in one of the Ace's famous tracks, and that is of course Kyalami. We love this circuit. All of our fans and the players that we've played online with in the past with live streams on Ride 4 all really love this South African circuit of Kyalami, and thinking of which, it was one of the Aces that recommended this idea for this video. It was actually CS Gas, of course part of the DrAce Academy in the Discord server, and it was a comment in a recent video regarding the Triumph Daytona 675, or excuse me 765, here in Kyalami. And now I'm still going through the motions of getting used to the new DualSense controller after moving on from the PS4 controller, and I can honestly say, hand on heart, I felt really good with this bike and this controller and this track in this video here today. So guys, I do hope you enjoy. So let's crack on with the halfway through the first lap. Not looking too bad so far. I'm pleased to say the movement, the way the bike is handling, the way I'm braking is much better than what I was doing than when I first jumped across to the DualSense. And this is going to be a topic for a while, so I apologise if it's getting repetitive, but I'm just so proud that I was able to actually adjust myself to this controller, because it was quite frustrating and very stressful to move from a controller that you're so used to something that's quite alien. So yeah, first benchmark lap in a 1:37.860. Usually when we set the first benchmark, I'm looking for maybe a second or two improvement. Let's say for now, let's just aim for a 1:36. But the most important part is, I don't know whether you've seen my video guide for adjusting the DualSense controller sensitivity via Steam. If you haven't, I do recommend watching that video, because it basically fixes a lot of my problems that I had with the DualSense controller. Not all of the problems, but one of them, or at least a few. So definitely check that out. It uploaded at 10 AM on Sunday. Don't know when I'm going to upload this video, but I think it's going to be either on Sunday or after. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. I do hope you're going to enjoy. I think we did have the Yamaha R6 from 2002 as well at some point. So schedule's a bit all over the place at the minute, so I'm not actually quite sure when I've uploaded content. But yeah, definitely check out that video regarding the DualSense if you want to use the PS5 controller on PC, but you're finding the left analog stick and right analog stick have too large of a dead zone, because that was my biggest gripe with this controller, that I just had to move the smallest amount and it wasn't registering. I only like small, delicate movements. I'm not a fan of thrusting the controller or shoving it in a direction. I just want to be smooth, controlled and concise, and I've found it now with the DualSense. I mean, you're watching this video right now, if you're familiar with my previous videos on Ride 4, it does look relatively similar to what I'm used to with the PS4 controller, and for that, I'm very proud and I'm very happy to be bringing this video today. So thank you for the recommendation, CS Gas, because it is a pretty good suggestion here. It's a combination of track that I like, it's a great bike, and it just works so well. So quite honestly, CS Gas, you're a man. You're a dude. You've really sorted this out, and I do hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm pretty certain it is how to say it, but if not, well, I do apologise. I guess there's I'm gonna have to apologise in the future. And I think actually now I've looked at it, I'm trying to get it up. It's actually GCAS 90. I made a terrible mistake there, mate. But yeah, GCAS 90. This video is for you, buddy. So thank you very much for watching and giving the suggestion. Now I do have quite a lot of videos to make upon the suggestions already, and if you want me to look at another bike in particular, just let me know. I'm happy to try and accommodate it where I can, or whatever track or combination it may be. Even if you want the dreaded Suzuki Hayabusa, I'm still capable of doing it. As much as I don't particularly like the bike, I guess I can do it for the Aces. So yeah, keep an eye on future videos if you want to have a video suggested, and I'll be sure to tackle it. Now, coming out to the right-hander there for the Crocodiles, just a bit eager upon the acceleration, and also I had that small moment which just completely threw me off. I was a little bit heavy-handed with the right trigger, and because of that I lost my momentum and feeling for the next couple of corners there. So unfortunately for this time around, it is not a valid lap, so that lap will not count. But of course, guys, as the sign says, if you want to hit the subscribe button, I would very much appreciate all the support for the channel. It does help promote the channel and help push it so more viewers can see the content. So I do appreciate if you would hit that subscribe button if you don't mind. So now into the left-hand side for the somewhat difficult turn 4. I think it's more innocuous than it looks. It does feel like, oh, this is going to be a tough corner to get, but you can really abuse the inside rumble strip. And if you hit the apex there and really abuse it, you can save a lot of time. There's a few corners here in Kailami which you can actually save a significant amount of time by running across or even just onto the rumble strip. Now, you can't do it on every circuit, but Kailami is a track that is quite tame when it comes to the curbs. Not many tracks can say that, actually. Not in the milestone games, especially not MotoGP or, heaven forbid, in Superbike. But nice and tight to the apex for Leo Cop. Now, this is a corner that I do feel rather strong with. And the key there is to brake gently and early. That's what works best for me. But with this controller, the same amount of pressure that would apply with the PS4 controller makes the brakes brake harder in this one. So I'm trying to compensate for that and trying to gauge where I can. So there's a few times I might brake a little bit firmer than I'm used to, which actually works out quite well. It's just that, I guess, the inhibitions of messing the lap up, I've always braked a little bit earlier there. But into the final corner of Ingwe, we're going to bring on the power, and we are going to be neck and neck with our Ghost. The Ghost did just briefly get past us, so therefore we did not improve. Now, regarding this bike and its setup, I didn't realise, but this bike has not been upgraded for a long time, and this is the first video I've done with the Triumph where the bike is actually fully upgraded. I think it reaches a 796, somewhere like that, so you can actually get good lap times within the leaderboards, but there are a couple of thousand cc's that have been tweaked and tuned so that it fits this category. So just pay attention to that if you want to try and get a top 10 record on the lap times. So just keep an eye out for what you need to change and if you want to change it. But I do think this bike can get quite high up on a couple of time trials. I know when I did this time trial, I did see Sacred Meerkat's name up there, and of course a few others from the Aces as well. Sergio Fernandez 99, the usual culprits for lurking around the top 5 or top 10 on a Ride 4 leaderboard. So a little bit heavy on the brakes that time around. Lost us a bit of time because the rear wheel bounced upwards. I don't like braking like that if I can avoid it, but we are still up by 4.5 tenths of a second very early into the corner for turn 9, and now firm on the brakes, just tapping the square button as well, just to rear brake it down into turn 10. Good stuff so far. Careful of going a little bit too wide there, just wanted to try and straighten the bike up, but it's looking good. This could certainly put us into the very low 137s. Tight to the apex, we bring on the power, abusing all of the rumble strip there, and across the line it's a 137, 179. So currently, as I'm standing here, we've got medium fronts and medium rears. I didn't change anything. The settings for the bike is completely default. I didn't change any of the braking or acceleration calibration options. So in the terms of either making them aggressive or soft, I left everything completely default. And unfortunately, we have just abused the track limits there. So that is our second invalidated lap. And I don't know if you've noticed this, but I actually left the Ghost on for the first time in a long time. I really don't care for the Ghost, I never have done. But I appreciate that some of the viewers enjoy watching the Ghost, so this is for you, I guess. But at the same time, I don't think I really got too focused on it and started making mistakes due to the Ghost. If anything, it did give me a bit of motivation in a couple of corners, but majority of the time I just find it more of a hindrance. But very nice tight apex there for Leo Cop. We're going to probably be roughly neck and neck with the Ghost here. We did get a bit of time, but you're talking, what, a couple of bike lengths, really? So we go to the very tight apex there. Good lord, almost touching the grass there. You have to be very careful of doing that because you go off camber slightly, and then as you dip into the left-hand side, it brings you ever so closer to the corner and towards the apex. But now to the right-hand side, braking really late there and getting caught on the grass. Not ideal. As we now brake into the final corner again, getting tighter and tighter to that wall, it seems. Sooner or later, we'll be in pit lane by the time we get across into that corner. Well, here we go then. A couple more laps to do. Certainly aiming for that 136, and I believe we can do it. Why not do it on this lap? Just noticed that the rear tyre is quite cold. That is going to be affecting performance, especially bringing on with the grip when we bring on the power, should I say. So I'm going to have to possibly think about changing over to the soft button. Oh, wheelie glitch! Did you see the wheelie glitch? Wow. That's the first moment of the wheelie glitch that I've had with the DualSense controller. I did hear one time or another someone said it was the controller, it must have been defective. I've always shunned that, I didn't think it was. And I guess that's your evidence there, that it's still wheelie glitches regardless of what it may be. But I do know that I think the likes of Meerkat, maybe Sergio23 also has Xbox controllers. They also suffer with the wheelie glitch. I think everyone is familiar with the most tedious glitch within Ride 4. But that was a great entrance into Leocop, and that will provide us a good gap. I thought that would be a bigger gap, you know. Well, I guess there is the Ghost. Ghost is going to try and outbrake me going into the Crocodiles, it seems. Tight apex if we can. Good entrance. Good entry into the Crocodiles corner would just save us a bit of time. Oh, that's too tight. Wow! We didn't get invalidated for that? No way! That could be heavily abused. I guess that's what I was saying earlier regarding the rumble strips that can be abused. But across the line, it is a 136. It's a 136.859. I think I could do better than that, to be honest with you. But I did plan, before I started making this video, that I would do a maximum of 8 laps. So this, theoretically, is the lap to do it on. So this one is for you then, GS Gas 90. This... I don't think I said it right again, did I? GCAS 90. Oh, goodness me. Seem to have that in my head. But this is for you, my friend. And if there is another person with GS Gas, then he can also have this video dedicated to him. But we brake now into the left-hand side. Keep it in tight for the clubhouse bend and slowly bring on the acceleration. Then we can dip into the left-hand side once more. Nice and tight to the apex. Chuck it over in anger to the right, but be careful not to touch the grass there. This is going to be a stellar lap. Where are we going to be when we get to the sector split any moment? Oh, there is the Ghost to the right-hand side. I haven't actually benefited like I should have thought I would. Neck and neck with the Ghost right now. Now to the left-hand side. Don't go too tight, don't go too tight. Beautiful. Start braking here as the track starts to straighten up. And keep it into the tightest part of the apex. I mean, beyond tight to the apex. We're practically on the rumble strip. We're running across the curbs. Can we do it again into the curbs here? A little bit too eager on the powers. Put us on the grass. Oh, that's not going to give us the fastest lap, is it? Oh, and I was too eager upon the acceleration. Now, I was going to call it quits there, but can I really end it on a bad lap? Or at least a bad finish? I don't think so. So let's push on for one more final lap. Regardless what happens in this one, don't worry about it, we'll call it quits. Still using the medium front and the medium rear. Maybe I'll come back to this challenge and start using different tyres. I don't usually come back to challenges, but as far as I'm concerned, happy with what we've produced so far, and I'm happy with the lap that eventually we're going to do, and I'm hoping it's going to be better than the 136. I guess we'll find out in a moment, but even then, I'm still happy with that lap time, really, and considering, oh, up by 2.5 tenths of a second, that's a pleasant experience going into the first sector, but now going into the left-hand side for the clubhouse bend, again tackling the tight apex. Look at the rear tyre just sliding out ever so slightly. Probably could have been better with a soft option, but yeah, it is what it is. Nice apex going into the S's for the... So couldn't really lift the bike up then, had to try and flick it round a bit just to get it in, but now into Leocop. Good. Now a little bit offline, but we'll try and go for that sort of V-shaped line and then bring on the power here. We must avoid the too tight to the apex and touching the grass here. Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. Brake early as we start to line up and go into the Crocodile's corner. Keep it in really tight to the apex. Too eager on the acceleration again. Do need to adjust myself to the right trigger and then back over to the right hand side. Didn't abuse the corner there. Probably should have done. But now to the left-hand side, tight to the apex once more. We will bring on the power, and it's a fantastic lap. What is it going to be, though? Across the line, it's a 136.696. That's a good lap. I've got to say I'm quite happy with that. The PS5 controller, this combination, it's coming together, guys and gals. It really is, and I'm enjoying it. a hell of a lot. So if you want to compare your results with mine on screen, don't forget to use the Triumph Daytona 765 Moto 2 here in Kyalami. You can choose the weather conditions if you want, but I did use medium front and medium rear, but you don't have to use the same tyres as I have. But one thing I want to see just before we go is to see where I am on the leaderboard, so let's have a little look. There we have it then, guys. We have a top 10 here in Kyalami with the Triumph Daytona Moto 2 765 from 2020. And I gotta say, the only person that has beaten me with the Triumph is currently Sacred Meerkat, and that is not the end of the world, is it? So, I gotta be honest with you, I'm happy with that. I think that's great. I've really enjoyed this video. I've really enjoyed this track, this bike. It's been fantastic, and considering we have the adversity of the PS5 controller, I'm a happy man. So guys, thank you very much for watching the video. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know in the comments section down below, and be sure to subscribe for a lot more DrAce content. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.